Is LA.
Just, you haven't been watching this, have you?
Mr. Dukey Flyswatter and the
Haunted Garage! Haunted Garage is a full-on assault.
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're gonna get Haunted Garage.
There's this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
Oh, there you are.
Setting my ass on fire.
Yes.
It was just a total crazy shit show with like the props and the nudity, and the audience loved getting gore on them. Haunted Garage not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out and spread them all over the place.
The gag is, you're in the splash zone.
We were a messy band.
That was the raw stuff.
I was like, what the? This sounds like the best thing ever.
We've evoked strong feelings in people.
We even had our own barf bags made up.
I've held on to it all these years.
It exploded. There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage.
Just thinking about it, I get a chill.
You gotta see this band.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
They were horror punk.
All you feeling ropes and twisted.
They live the movie lifestyle.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
His catalog of horror films is incredible.
Doesn't just write B movies. He wrote Cold Steel. Is it Sharon Stone? Who knew?
He was LA's Peter Lorre. I mean, you know.
Legendary punk rock god of Hollywood.
Dukey's on MTV. Holy shit.
I think that the whole world should know about him.
I think of him as a guy with commitment to his art.
I think Dukey always kind of had a big-time vision with a kind of small-time execution.
Historically, I see them following in this tradition of the most over-the-top bands. They're LA's version, and they're punk rock's version.
He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
That's Dukey. I mean, he wants to take it as far as he can take it.
And they're doing it with a big dose of humor and a lot of slime.
Slam, 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 slam!
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank
you. Before we continue, I'd like to give a shout out, to raise my glass, to give a standing ovation to all the pets out there, to all the cats and dogs out there, to the tabbies, to the golden retrievers. Y'all are some good boys. To those weird dogs with bad attitudes that like to bark at me whenever I walk past them. I see you big time. To all the cats on the street that let me come up to them and scratch their heads. You are very good. You're wonderful, actually. To all the kitties out there, the orange cats running all around, I owe you a car.
Why do I start in the corner all the time? Hello, it's me, Kevin Vonesper, and you're watching VonPod, the show where I talk to cult artists and musicians and other people I find interesting. Today is no different. We have Cecil from Cat Crash, a band that I think should be I think they are the future of music or represent the future of music. If this is your first time watching, hello and welcome. My name is Kevin Vonesper. I'm a musician, photographer, and documentary filmmaker from the New York City area. You may know me from the Grammy-nominated band Green Jelly or my newest musical project, Pop Perversion. There will be music eventually. I swear to God it exists. I'm almost done with my documentary, The Life and Slimes of Dukey, Flyswatter, and Haunted Garage, and you just saw my latest trailer. Follow at Dukey Doc for all the updates, DUKEYDOC on Instagram, or, there's a link tree or something, I don't know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below here on YouTube. And if you're watching live, join in on the conversation. If you really like what I do have some links in the description where you can send me a tip. I expect nothing and accept everything. I also want to highlight, let me get my slideshow ready. I want to highlight a recent episode of my other podcast, the Guar Pod, where I talk about Guar, and I had on current Saturday Night Live cast member Sarah Sherman. It was an awesome conversation, and it should have way better numbers. So go there and watch it. You don't have to be a fan of Guar to enjoy the podcasts. And Saturday Night Live is back this weekend, so that's very cool. And I also want to highlight the next episode of this show with Emily Autumn. For what I believe is her first interview in years. Come back for that one. And now I want to tell you a quick story. Must have been, a few months ago, a year ago? I can't tell time. Time is an illusion. Well, I went to a show at Our Wicked Lady, an awesome Brooklyn venue that has since closed down, unfortunately. RIP to another good one. One of the bands there I saw was Cat Crash. I admit I did miss the first few songs because I was outside, but what I did see, I thought, was the energy we need to lead the future of music. I'm happy to talk about that tonight with Cecil Q Yang from Cat Crash. So let's roll the theme song and I'll see you on the other side. All right, let's do this show. VonPod. Welcome to VonPod. I've got chicken heads and deli creeps, scary monsters and super creeps on VonPod. You're listening to VonPod. With aliens and scum dogs, I hope you're here to chat along to VonPod. You can watch and chat with us live. VonPod. Like and share. You're listening to VonPod. It's always a surprise. You're watching VonPod. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
Hi. Yeah, I'm Cecil Young, and I'm happy to be here.
Yay. Yeah, thanks for being here. Let me get this. Scroll down. In case you're interested in anything we're doing, go check out all the links below. I saw you at that, Frankie Fest, right?
Yes, that was Frankie Fest. That was May 9th, 2025.
May 9th. Great. Yeah, that was such a cool show. Every band was amazing, and the energy was really great. My friend started your mosh pit, and I was like, oh my God, a mosh pit. This is so cool. Like, I don't see that often, at least, smaller shows. What do you remember from that day, and was it fun for you?
It was a very fun show for me. It was actually, that weekend was really memorable because our drummer, Briar, was actually moving out of her apartment from it was like a bad situation that she was moving out from. And it was like really stressful for her. And she was like moving out that whole weekend. And we had our friends, Valentine with us, who does our merch, cool. Or who did our merch for that show. And then also Briar's boyfriend. We were all spending like the whole weekend together while Briar was like moving out of the apartment. So like it was like an episode of like us like going around New York City, like going to Washington Square Park, getting ice cream at Van Leeuwen's and like doing stuff like that together. And then meanwhile, Briar was having like the most stressful time of her life. Oh, no. And then when we actually went to the show, Briar was like coming to the show with in the moving van.
Oh, wow.
Driving to the show in the moving van and like getting there like 5 minutes right before our set. And then just like when she was doing the show, just like let out this scream of like frustration. And it was actually one of our like greatest shows.
Oh, wow. Well, I felt that energy for sure. Because I was like, I had heard of you. I don't know how I had heard of you. It's just one of those things where you just see bands show up on your Instagram feed and you're like, oh, let me follow them and I'll check them out later. and you were one of those. And I was like, oh, cool, you're playing with some friends of mine and other bands that I wanted to see. It was the perfect opportunity. The energy was perfect. Can I play a little clip from that show?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was just like the last bit of it, and it was so cool. Let me find it. And yeah, I was so impressed, and that's why I wanted to talk to you. Where is it? It is in a different folder. Here it is. Frankie Fest. Yes. And let's do it. We can pop over. I'll move down a little bit. It was just wild. Everyone was moving around, and it was so cool. I was like, this is the punk rock energy we need in all of our lives. Yeah, lots of love at Frankie Fest. So tell me a little bit about Cat Crash. What's like, what's the short story of how this band formed, or have you been in any other bands before this?
I was in a band in high school called Your Lucky Stars,
Okay.
and we did nothing with that. We never made a song together. We never had any live performances. The only thing we did was record ourselves playing Your Best American Girl by Mitski for a Stop Asian Hate rally.
Okay, that's cool. And what was it called again?
Your Lucky Stars.
Your Lucky Stars. And
which was a Fall Out Boy reference.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be lost on. I know a little bit about My Chemical Romance, and I know Coheed and Cambria, but otherwise, I'm a little lost. I don't know if you're a fan of Coheed. They're from my hometown, so.
Yeah, Your Lucky Stars came from the song Calm Before the Storm by Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
We were all just like big MCR, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco fans, basically.
I do like MCR. I never got to see them live, and now it's probably too expensive, but
I mean,
maybe
it's
one
like
day.
it depends on if you're able to find like I've gotten to see MCR for $50 before.
That's good. Where?
I found the ticket on Tumblr.
Oh, I mean, where did you see them?
That was when they were in New Jersey in 2022.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, I should go do it at some point. I mean, I'm not a huge emo scene fan, but I think they're just an amazing rock band, regardless of genre. So then, yeah, when did Cat Crash start? And are these like the first songs that you ever wrote?
So, Cat Crash started July 20th, 2022. And it started when a former friend of mine texted me and said, "Do you want to start a band?" And I said, "Sure." So that's the origin story of Cat Crash. She was like, "So what should we call it?" And I sent her a screenshot of a Notes app document I had that was full of band names that I thought of and was like, maybe we can use these someday. Cat Crash was actually the first name on the list. And Cat Crash came from me going on Reddit and seeing somebody misspell car crash.
Oh, that's great.
Somebody responded like, "Cat Crash, haha, that sounds funny," or something like that, So I was like, that sounds like it would be a good band name. So I wrote it down in my Notes app, and along with like a list of a bunch of other names. So Cat Crash could have been called so many other things.
Do you remember any of the other ones, or were there any good ones?
I still have the document.
It's yeah. And it's just so great for a logo.
The other names on here were Yonic Wounds, Lost and Found Out, Fairy Blood, Mutual Craving, Confidently Wrong, Swallowtail, It Came to Me in a Dream, stuff like that.
Nice. Well, I mean, those are all cool names, but Cat Crash is definitely like, it's just it's kind of like in your face, but it's also kind of like cute. I don't know how to describe it, but it totally works.
Yeah, I mean, the cat themed band. It's now
yeah, and you got an image. There's an image involved already.
Yeah.
And you like have your audience, you sell like cat ears and stuff. Tell us about the merchandising. Sell some stuff while you're here.
Yes, we sell cat ears only at our shows though. We don't sell the cat ears online, but all our other merch we do sell online on our Bandcamp. And all of the merch is designed either by us or we hire an artist to do it. That's actually a new thing. We used to never hire artists outside of ourselves to do art, but we recently commissioned Dexter, Dexter.sucks on Instagram for some posters, and then people were saying they really like the posters, so I made like one of the poster images into a little sticker that we're selling now.
Nice.
So other than that, though, all of our merch is designed like by someone in the band, and it's mostly me. But
right,
yeah.
And do you have like a history in art? I think maybe something to do with your major in college.
Oh yeah, I majored in animation, and in college I went to the School of Visual Arts.
Nice. And how is that? How have you integrated that into the band art? And I guess we could probably watch that music video, right?
Yeah, the music video was my thesis film.
Which one was that? Saints for Girls, right?
Yes, Saints for
You
Girls.
want to do a little commentary?
Yeah, okay. Like, are we gonna watch it first, or are we gonna like?
Oh, we can talk during it.
Okay.
I'll just put it on. Let's see. Yeah, because this is super cool. I mean, and how long did this take you? Tell us about it while we're watching it.
So it took me. I started doing it like in the middle of junior year. That's when they started making us like come up with ideas and like meeting up with our thesis professor. And actually, it started as a music video for a different song, but I decided it should be a music video for my own song because I found out that I was telling more of a personal story than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Is there like what programs do you use for something like this? I'm a video editor, but I don't know much about animation, so.
Actually, the entire thing is animated in Procreate.
Cool.
And not Procreate Dreams either, like Procreate, like the iPad app. Like
okay.
Just the regular app, like the $7 app.
And how long did this take? Like a whole semester? It seems like a lot of work.
Well, we started animating it basically like from, it took like a year and a half basically.
Oh, wow. Well, then everybody go watch it on YouTube. Get it some views because what an awesome effort, you know.
Yeah, and there's like live action bits and like animated bits as well. It's like I decided to make it mixed media because actually I took an NYU class in 2023, and that was making live action films. That's actually for another music video. Like 2 other music videos that I made were during that class. And the experience was like, I actually really like live action as well as animation.
Nice.
And actually that NYU class was where I met Briar.
Oh, cool. So everyone's an artist in the band usually. That's very helpful. Tell me about, and I love, I don't know, I'm guessing you kind of like share this sentiment of DIY. What's your history with like punk rock and DIY ethics, and how does that relate to you and your music?
So I've been into Riot Grrrl since like high school. But I got into Riot Grrrl through like My Chemical Romance, basically, where they like really My Chemical Romance has a bunch of inspirations that come from Riot Grrrl. Like some of their songs basically are like referencing specific Riot Grrrl songs and stuff like that. And I really resonated with that, and also like resonated with Gerard Way's like gender nonconformity And so I was on Tumblr, and I got into the Riot Girl scene from people blogging about My Chemical Romance who were also into Riot Girl. So I started checking out Riot Girl from that. And then like when I got to college, I started getting into really the zine scene. Like I took some zine making classes while at college, and also went to a bunch of
Yes,
zine
I do. I
fairs.
want to talk about that. You keep going.
And going like, and then actually when I got to college, that's when I actually got to start going to shows. I went to like a few concerts before that, but they were all like, those big concerts. That's like my first concert was Panic at the Disco in a stadium seat, like miles away from the actual artist, right? But like once I started going to college, and then like a year in, like I started going to shows by myself, and like going to shows that were very small and like not DIY shows. And that was really like the
inspiring.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to talk about your zines. I have the first 4 issues here. I believe there's one I need to get to round up my collection. Tell me about zine making, and are zines coming back? Like I want to feel the temperature of this new generation. Like, are we going to see more zines? I kind of hope so. Are we tired of the digital? What's the story here?
I think it's not really a generational thing. It's just like people holding on to that culture, but also reinventing it. Like when I took the zine class at my school, it was actually a zine making class for risograph printing, and those people made some of like the coolest stuff I've ever seen, with like the like crazy folding and stuff like that. And zine making is like an art form, but it's also like it's about accessibility most of all. I think about like making it cheap and easy to reproduce.
Right. Yeah, and I saw you had some like zine like events too, right? Or other people making zines, or is there anything you want to like shout out, or is this like in the culture now?
Like I know Tab Girl and Bad Static, they make zines.
Oh, really?
They were also at Frankie Fest.
Yes, I saw Bad Static again a couple, like 2 weeks ago at Pianos.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
great.
and yes. They've vended at our events before, or like sent us zines to like give out at our events. And also for our last show, Riot Girls Not Dead Fest, we put up a PO box for people to send in their zines so we could give them away at the fest as well. And we actually got a couple of submissions for people to
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bad Static had made a CD for that show, just like a CDR, and I was like, I need to buy this because this is going to be such a unique item. And I know you did sort of the same thing with what I have here, the Cat Crash CD. Do people demand physical media?
Actually, yeah, the sales for CDs we ran out of CDs on when we were on tour, like a couple, like, and there were still more shows to go. And we were like, oh, we're out of CDs. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah,
That's cool, because growing up, I always collected physical media, but that was like because there was no digital yet, and that was the way you had to get stuff. And now people collect things, hopefully, I think, just because they want to support the artist, and it's like cool to have a piece of art from them, right?
It's also because like physical media, they can't, you have to destroy it like physically to get rid of it. With like streaming services and stuff, people can just delete it from your device and you don't have anything to say. Like,
right. Yeah, totally. Okay, let's see. I want to talk about some of the music. So let's see if anything resonates here. And I know there was a couple songs I wanted to first point out. I think I have everything in order here, but this song's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
tell me about like your adventures of, I'm imagining you were recording all this stuff by yourself.
So all the songs in like this demo EP that we have, that's those were recorded with my first bandmate, and she was the one who recorded all of them. I have like very little knowledge on how to actually record stuff. Yeah, I mostly contributed to like the lyrics for these.
Gotcha.
And then the 3 songs like that we first released Aphrodite, What Do You Mean, and Dreamer. We did those all in a studio, Sans Serif Recording in New Haven. We actually went back there last weekend to record more songs. We recorded 3 other songs, and I'm excited for those to come out.
You want to talk about that? Is there something else coming up? I saw that you were recording, and are these new songs or old songs or?
Well, they're unreleased songs, definitely. One of them, actually, we are recording a studio version of our Die Young Song 2 cover.
Oh yeah, the Blur and Kesha mashup.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, that's a big hit at shows?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites to play. Die Young is unironically one of my favorite songs ever.
And how did you get that idea to combine them with?
Well, we were just like, I was just playing Die Young on my bass, and then our guitarist just started like playing song 2.
Because it's like the same 2 first notes, right?
Yeah, and we were just like, oh, this could be a fun mashup, you know?
Yeah, that's great. Oh, this might be your best song.
Really?
I love this song. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a great recording, but I hear this song like a producer would hear a song, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like a Beatles song. You should bring this one back. What do you think about that?
I do want to bring it back. I want to put it on the album. I'd love to make a studio version of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend it. Every time I hear this, I'm like, it gets stuck in my head. I'm like, oh my god, that's such a good song. I don't know. All right, what's the Monarch?
Okay, so I kind of bury this release myself because I'm not proud of the production anymore, but and also like I tried to make so I basically, okay, the story of the Monarch is that when I was 12, I was like really into the show Gravity Falls, and I wanted to be an animator and create my own animated TV show. And I came up with my own animated TV show, and the animated TV show was called The Monarch, and it's about a 12-year-old Chinese American girl who has superpowers and, you know, has got to hide it from her family and stuff, but also like she has like 2 friends, and they basically like live in suburbia and save the world.
Yeah, are you trying to produce that one day still? Is that something that's
I
a goal of
actually
yours?
tried to make it my junior year film, and then I kind of failed with that because of trying to juggle too many responsibilities, and also my grandma died, and I like was not able to complete my work over the winter break, and that set like everything back. So I mean, technically I finished the film, but I didn't. I missed too many classes and stuff, and failed the class basically. So then I was just like, I'm not gonna work on the Monarch for the moment at all, but I've done some stuff in the same universe that like I made a pilot episode for a different series for one of my classes, a different series called Power Chords, about a group of superheroes who form a punk band. So
I want to see that one. Did you make it? Is there like, you know, non-cat crash stuff out there for people to see?
There's stuff on my Instagram, Blueberry Soda Lover, and also on my Instagram, jawmay.mp3. It's JAWMAY.mp3, and also the Instagram Blueberry Soda Lover. And then I think I posted some stuff on my portfolio website, but I've really got to update that myself.
Right. Yeah. Updating websites is such a task.
Yeah.
It's like people don't go to them anyways.
Yeah, and then like I had a full portfolio website that got deleted when I graduated from school because they stopped letting me have access to my Adobe account. So, but
did you? Wow, that sucks. Yeah. Okay, we got to talk about this song. This is one of the main things I want to talk about. Tell me about this song. I know this also relates to My Chemical Romance, right?
Yes.
And do people like Nirvana these days?
People love Nirvana.
Really?
Okay, actually, there's a joke associated with this song where like a lot of the bands in our scene, not naming names, but a lot of them are like Nirvana, like they like Nirvana tribute bands in everything but name,
Right.
where they will try their best to sound like Nirvana and then make their marketing based off of how much they sound like Nirvana. And then the idea with this song was like, we don't sound anything like Nirvana.
But okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't think you sounded like Nirvana. I wouldn't have ever thought about it unless you had written that song. But that song goes a lot deeper than just that.
Yeah, the
Kurt was
idea
a girl
is
too, sneaking on dresses, wearing drag like it's not a costume. Did I get that right?
yeah,
I heard
so
that. I mean, I am gonna show my age here, but I lived through Nirvana. And they were my favorite band when I was very young. And I remember the day he died, you know, basically, and I was like, that's brilliant. He'd probably love that.
yeah, there's a lot of people who are like saying that it's like disrespectful to say like, oh, Kurt Cobain might have been a girl, but it's also like if you look at like anything he said ever, it's like he what I like to quote a lot is his quote that's like he says that he's not gay, but he wishes he was so that
Because it would piss you off.
yeah, because it would piss people off.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
love that.
I think he would say that about being transgender too. You
Yeah,
can't
I
go
believe that.
otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, because people
So
didn't really, I don't think they really had the term transgender back then, or at least I didn't really know of it. And yeah, I think he would be fully in support of all of this. And yeah, I do remember him wearing dresses on MTV, and it was cool.
yeah, I actually wrote like an entire essay about this song because
Right, it's in
actually,
one of these zines, right?
yeah, yes,
Mhm.
the essay, like I can sum it up for you. It's basically saying that like, okay, the first of all, like Kurt would not be mad about this. He would
No.
love it. Second of all, it's not meant to be taken extremely literally, where like
Right.
Kurt was definitely a girl. I might be also saying like Kurt was one of the girls. It's just like someone who I think would understand us and be like supportive of transgender people, just like in general. But also like it's also about seeing yourself in your icons being people you haven't met and will probably never meet, but you feel connected to them anyway. So there's a bit of like parasocialism in that, but also there's like I do believe there are good aspects of parasocialism where like you can find a community within that, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think Kurt would have loved it. I'm a little scared to know what he would be like, you know, if he was still alive today, but hopefully he would still be cool and making cool music. And how does this also kind of relates to My Chemical Romance too? They're part of the song?
Yes. So Gerard Way in like 2015 came out as non-binary. But like it's very hotly contested when people like use alternative pronouns for Gerard Way. People will get like really mad at you. Even though like Gerard hasn't said like, well, Gerard went on Twitter to say he's always preferred he, they, but also it doesn't really matter to him.
Right.
But like people have like during the 2022 My Chemical Romance tour, when he came on stage wearing that cheerleader dress and like people were like Googling like what are Gerard Way's pronouns? And like it's just like another thing where Gerard Way, that's in a live person who's like a Kurt Cobain like figure of like a gender non-conforming person who, but still unreachable, yet you feel intricately connected to them.
Yeah. And how does the identity, I know it's kind of important to you and your art in the band too, right?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, just how do I say this? That this cat crash, you know, kind of like hasn't have an identity of its own, but it's like the trans is like sort of part of the identity of the band and the message and the songs.
Yeah, so our band, we like to think of our band like as being all trans all the time.
Mhm.
Like, we've never really had like a permanent member
Yeah,
of the
that's
band
exactly what I meant. Right.
that wasn't transgender. So, yeah, being transgender is like part of the fabric of the band.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Yes, we talked about this song. I was always like, I heard that song and I was like, oh man, that's so great. I got to talk to you about this at some point. Let's see what else. Okay, what's do you want to talk about Connecticut? And you live in New York now, is that correct?
Yeah, I live in New York now.
Congratulations. You got
Thank
out of
you.
Connecticut? Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about Connecticut and this song.
So, the song's written from my high school perspective.
Mhm.
And it talks about like my 504 plan, my bipolar disorder, my
What is a 504? I didn't know what that was.
Okay, so a 504 plan is what happened. So when you have a documented disability, your school will give you accommodations based on the disability, and the
Gotcha.
accommodations are usually stuff like extra time on assignments, or
Right.
like I also had an accommodation that was like being excused from pep rallies.
Okay, cool. And then yeah, growing up in the suburbs, there's nowhere for you to scream. I heard that, I was like, oh, that's so punk rock. And it really gets the crowd going. Like, tell me about how you interact with the crowd and the message of this song that you're putting out.
So I've always wanted Cat Crash to be a 4-piece. So while we were a 4-piece, this song usually only has one guitar line, so I would hand off my bass to the other guitarist for them to play the bass while I went into the crowd. But then, we started being a 3-piece, so I was like, okay, what do I do with the bass then? And then, like, at our first Riot Girls Not Dead show, which was at Howard's Bookstore in Torrington, that was in like 2023 or 2024, maybe? No, 2024. That was in 2024. We had our first Riot Girls Not Dead show, and I was like, hey, what if we like planted one of our friends in the crowd to play the bass for us during that song? We're just gonna say like, does anybody know how to play the bass? And they're gonna raise their hand, and we'll just give the bass to them. And so the first time we did it, it was a plant. We decided to do it.
Right.
It was like, we're gonna have one of our friends go in the crowd and play the song like for us, and it's gonna feel like to everybody else in the audience that it was spontaneous. But then we decided to just keep doing that, where like we would, because it's the world's easiest bass line. You can literally on the spot. So we were like, we would go to the show and be like, hey, for this next song, does anybody play the bass? And then whoever raised their hand first, we would be like, okay, come on stage, play the bass for us.
Yeah, so I've seen that happen a couple of times, and every time I've seen it, I'm guessing it was a genuine situation.
Yeah, yes.
That's great.
That person did not go into that show thinking they'd be on the stage that day.
Right, yeah. That's great. Let's see. And yeah, this is the latest release. Go guys, everyone go get it on Bandcamp. It's the live at She Shreds. It's fun, and you know what I love? Okay, I want to say this about seeing you live and hearing you live. You always have like great messages for the crowd between songs. Has that always been a part of what you wanted to do as a band, or how did that come about? And what are the messages that you want to get out?
So actually, our first ever song that Cat Crash ever wrote is actually still unreleased, but that's our song Resurrection Sleep. And that song is about like it's about how like when I go to sleep, a lot of the times I have this feeling where I'm like, I hope I don't wake up in the morning. And the song's about like combating that feeling, and also like letting you know that you're not alone in this feeling, and that everyone really wants you to stay alive. So I think it's really fitting that that was the first ever Cat Crash song because I feel like that's the real message of Cat Crash. It's about staying alive against all odds and like that you have to keep going, that you have to see what happens tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do you say that, like the experience itself is a testament to it, you know, because the Cat Crash show is just so much fun. And actually, the last time I saw you, I think there was a couple people in the audience who had never been to a concert before, and you were the first band they ever saw live. Is that true? And how did that feel for you?
I feel that actually is for a lot of shows. Actually, for our last show, our Cat Crash is Not Dead show in Bridgeport, someone came up to me after the show and gave me like a little Sanrio keychain and was like, "This was my first ever show. Thank you for making it so special."
That's so
I think
cool.
it's because we do have a younger audience, and that's because of TikTok. But
is that how you do it? TikTok? Is that the trick?
I actually don't use TikTok anymore because
Yeah.
of those new terms of service that
Right,
are
I heard
really
about that.
dystopian. And I was like,
Yeah.
I actually don't want to encourage people to use this app anymore, so I stopped using it. But
That's true. Yeah,
we did
TikTok.
we first gained an audience through TikTok, and the consequence of that was that our audience was very young. But it's also like it makes sense though because a lot of the songs are about feelings I've had while very young.
Sure. Let's go see who's in the chat. Sorry, I've been ignoring everybody in the chat. Hello. Once again, saying hi before I got to go back to work. Well, I hope you come check out the show after work. Hello.
Hi, Marcy.
Holy flip, it's Cecil Cat Crash of Cat Crash the Band. Yay. Well, nobody's asked a question. If anyone wants to drop a question in the chat or, you know, just chat along with us, please feel free to. Let's switch it over to this one. Skating Polly, what's the story? So they're like a very important band for you? I'm going to be honest, I'd never heard of them. I went to the show to see you, and I ended up seeing Skating Polly.
Yeah, so Skating Polly was actually one of my favorite bands from even when I was in high school. Actually, my first band I told you about, Your Lucky Stars, we covered their song Little Girl Blue in the Battle Envy.
Oh, yeah, I think you said that on stage or something about that. How did you hear of them? Because I don't know. I didn't know about them.
I found them on YouTube. It was like a YouTube recommendation.
Nice.
But it was like one of those it was one of those artists that was like right up my alley.
Yeah, totally. Can I show some pictures?
Yes.
I took some cool pictures at the show. Yay. I think I used one of them for I love these. Tell me about this pink bass. It's so cool.
Oh, it's like a bass that Mitski famously owned. So I was like, that's really cool. So I went and bought one of my own.
Hey, I did the same for the Steinberger, so the headless had to have one. I just think this was a really fun show. I love the energy. The energy comes through on the pictures, I think. And then there's someone with the your CD. And there was the other band. I think their name was Bugsy.
Yes, Bugsy. Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun. I met them and took some pictures. And look, one of them is wearing one of your cat ears. And then there's some pictures of Skating Polly. And did you get to hang out with them and meet them? And how was that for you? Or had you met them before?
I'd never met. Well, actually, no, I had met them before, but like at shows, and I was an attendee, right?
Right.
I'd been to a couple I've been to a couple of Skating Polly shows before this one, including actually there was a Skating Polly show where I met one of my best friends now, Xavier, who was also at this show. It was such a full circle moment. It was great.
Yes, I think I met them.
Yeah, he was doing our merch that day.
Right. Tell us about your cat. Do you have a cat, and does it crash?
Yes, my cat is named Curly Fries.
Nice.
I've had her since 2018, and I honestly can't imagine a catless existence now.
Well, now it's part of your whole brand, so you, of course,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've always loved cats. I also have a dog, funnily enough. I have a
Maybe
dog.
that's for the side project. Dog, what's the opposite of crash?
So we actually had a project called Dog Disaster.
There you go, dog disaster. Yeah, like a thesaurus word instead of an opposite word. I like that. All right, tell us about the new band. And also, I remember for a minute you kind of put this band on hold, and I was a little worried about that. So, why the hiatus, and tell us about the comeback.
So the hiatus happened because we were burnt out. We needed some time to ourselves.
You
and
play a
also
lot of shows, yeah.
Yeah, we needed to decide what we were gonna do with Cat Crash because not everyone was fully set on coming back.
Right.
But me, actually, I mean, I would love to say that I was like 100% on Cat Crash throughout the whole thing, but there was several moments throughout the hiatus where I was like, maybe I should just end it entirely. But
well, I'm glad you didn't.
I like to say nobody missed Cat Crash more than I did, because it's true. Nobody missed Cat Crash more than I did. And the agreed upon end date for all of us was January 1st, where we'd all like come back and be like, are we going to continue this? And I was the only one who decided that to continue it. So I found other band members, and
Ta-da.
here, yeah.
Yay. And then you just played your first show with them recently, right?
Yes.
And how's the energy of the new lineup? I'm expecting the same sort of experience, right? Maybe even better.
I feel like we still gotta find our synergy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, because we only did that one show together, but I think Arun is a very good and accomplished guitarist. But that was her first ever show, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, she'd never performed on stage before, and he did really well. So
excellent.
And then our drummer is Noelle, and she was in bands before this one, and she'd gone on tour before, so she at least has performed live before. But it was like, none of us are from the same place.
Okay.
Arun travels from New Jersey, and Noelle travels from Massachusetts. So
wow, that's a commitment.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Everyone can book shows in Massachusetts and New Jersey. And have you played New Jersey a lot?
Oh, well, in the past.
Right.
We've played New Jersey, I think twice.
Mm-hmm. Have you been to the Meat Locker? I think you would really love the Meat Locker. Have you heard about the Meat Locker?
We actually had a show booked there that we had to cancel, though.
Oh, yeah. I think that audience would really love you. It's the weirdest place in the world, and you just have to experience it for yourself. And it's been there since the 80s. It's just like this dingy, crappy basement with like nothing in it really. And that's where the youth like hangs out and plays shows, and it's kind of a magical place. So I recommend. Shout out massive to what? What does that mean? Oh, oh, I get it. Ha ha ha. Nice. So yes, the new band, and there's new shows coming up. Let's see. And this is the show. Oh yeah, I want to ask this. I know I missed the comeback show. Where was it? It
was in Bridgeport at the Stack.
Right. With Iridescent Pools?
With Iridescent Pools, Avatar Eden, Showgirl, Elisify, and Limerence.
I think I have a flyer. It was this, right? Yes. I know you wanted people to dress up like all dead. Did people dress up and come out for it?
Yes, a lot. Yes, there were a couple angels, a couple devils, a couple vampires.
That's great. Because if you like, I just love, all the bands I'm into are very theatrical and like very, audience participation based. And if you can get a bunch of people to dress dead at your show, that's just really awesome. And I wish I could have seen it and dressed dead. I usually like to I have my glitter on, but the real look I want to do is like glitter gore, where it looks like you're kind of like bleeding glitter, but you're damaged. It's kind of like as pretty as it is ugly kind of thing. So that's what I would have done for that show. But we have some pictures. This looks like some good energy. And was this all the bands, everyone who was there, or?
Oh, this was everybody who dressed up.
Oh, okay, yeah, that looks like a great crew right there. Nice. And okay, let's see what's coming up for Cat Crash. This is tomorrow. What can you say about this show tomorrow?
It was organized so last minute. We were on a different show, but we had to drop that one. So we decided to have our own show, and it's a secret show. The audience, the venue will be sent out tomorrow. But I can tell you it's in Queens.
And how do people? It's Partiful, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, you had to RSVP on Partiful.
So go RSVP on Partiful if you want to see the secret show tomorrow.
Yeah, there's already over 100 RSVPs, which is
nice. Cool. And can you reveal who else is playing, or is that also a secret?
That will also be revealed tomorrow.
Okay, got you. Very soon it all shall be revealed. But you got more coming up. Misfit Night.
That's in New Jersey, yeah.
Oh, cool. Where is this in New Jersey?
It's at Bolero Snort Brewery in Carlstadt.
I've never heard of that, but it sounds cool. Shirt Hole, that's what's her name from Iridescent Pools as well,
yeah,
right?
Sam.
Yeah. I haven't seen that band. I've seen Iridescent Pools, and they play a lot of shows too. I can't believe how many shows you guys play. Showgirl, what's this?
This is Showgirl's album release show. That's
nice.
That's in Bloomfield, Connecticut. They're going to be playing their new album in full. It's going to be amazing. I do recommend you go to this one. All the bands are amazing.
What day is this? The 7th. So next Saturday?
Yeah.
Cool. Riot Girls Not Dead. So is this like a series?
Yes, it's a concert series held by Bubble Tea Grunge, where we gather all of the best local Riot girl bands and have a show and have a zine swap.
Are you part of Bubble Tea Grunge, and what is that exactly?
I am the founder, and I run Bubble Tea Grunge, yes. Bubble Tea Grunge is an artist collective that seeks to uplift and support people of color, queer artists, and femme artists.
Nice. I don't know Showgirl. I'm going to have to check them out. Bad Static. Yes, I was saying I saw them again a couple weeks ago, and they were awesome. And they have a new album coming out very soon. I don't know when, but
yeah. They have their album release show on March 21st. I'm going to that one.
Yes, right. And that is at Main Drag?
Yes, Main Drag.
Where I might be tomorrow night. If anyone wants to go to a cool party that starts at midnight on a Friday, I think I'll be there photographing the noise party at Main Drag. Have you been to Main Drag?
I have been to Main Drag, yes.
It's very cool, right?
Yeah.
I like Main Drag.
Our show will definitely end before midnight, so you
can Yeah. Well, that's not tomorrow, though.
Oh.
Yeah. I might be there tomorrow night. I think I'm going to be working at a party. It starts at midnight because it's after the show. It's a very late night thing.
I mean like our show.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, that's right. That is a possibility. We'll talk about that. And you have more shows. I can't believe how many shows you booked so quickly. What's like? Is it just like making connections with people, or is there like what's your method of finding shows to book?
A lot of them are just like people DM'd us to ask us to be part of a show.
That's awesome. That's the best way to do it. And I think that's the last show that I have. Is there anything else that we missed that is coming up that you want to?
Well, there's other shows, but they're unannounced as of yet.
Gotcha.
They don't have posters. I sent you the ones that have posters.
Yes, totally.
But so basically, all the shows that say presented by Bubble Tea Grunge were the ones that I personally organized. Every other show that doesn't have Bubble Tea Grunge on it means we were invited onto it.
And I think there's a Instagram chat for that. Go join it, right? What is it called? A group, right? No,
Oh,
it's not a
the
group.
like the channel updates.
Channel update. Channel, that's what they call it. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so is there going to be a Cat Crash album? What can
Yes.
we expect from Cat Crash in, like, say, the next 6 months? What do you predict?
Oh man, even 6 months. I don't know. I don't know if anything is going to be
6
released.
weeks.
We don't have anything like.
Well, just in general, what's your goals?
I do
Like-
really want to release new songs. We have new songs, and we have new songs that are actually really close to being released. It's just like we still have so much other stuff to figure out. We actually have a song that's a collaboration with our former drummer Briar.
Nice.
Briar has her own project called Briar Patch that you should check out if you're into more pop stuff. And we made a song together while she was in Cat Crash, and she sings on it actually. So we decided that we're still going to release this song and release it as a collaboration between us.
Nice. Yeah. Go check it out. I'm excited. And if no questions from the chat, just about your cat. They just want to know about your cat. That's funny. Well, thanks for doing this. I think I learned a lot. Let me promote a little bit for myself. Like I said, coming up the next show, March 19th, Emily Autumn. Do you know Emily Autumn?
No, I've never, no.
She's like, what does she call herself? Victorian Industrial. It's a very, very unique situation. It's kind of like more like a goth Broadway show, I guess you would call it. And God, I don't think she's done an interview in like 10 years. So I can't believe she's coming on the show. I'm very excited about it. Please come back and check it out. This is a band you've never heard of, but I'm very excited about. These are my hometown heroes from Nyack, New York. This is my childhood friends. They're playing their first show in 19 years on April 4th. So I was like, you got to come on the show. So Three Monkeys Named Bob, if you want to hear some history of Rockland County music, that's where Coheed and Cambria came from. And then I got to get a little political. I always wonder, like, in this current climate, where are the political punk parody bands? And I found them. It's Trump Card. I keep putting this old flyer up, but we do have a date for that. It's in April, I think. So go check it out on the Instagram. And then check out our recent shows with Charles D. Lincoln, the indie horror filmmaker of Bishop's Cove. And our last show with Roxy Epoxy from the Epoxies. Do you know the Epoxies?
No, I don't.
Oh, you got to check out the Epoxies. They were like this really, really great, energetic, like punks, like, but with synthesizers and stuff. It's like another band that I'm just like, I couldn't believe the energy that I saw. And of course, go check out my interview with Saturday Night Live Sarah Sherman. It's just so cool that she came on my channel and have an interview. And yeah, check it out. That was today.
It looks like there were other questions in the chat about like what I've been listening to and what band.
We got some new questions. What have you been listening to recently?
Actually, I've been listening to this album from 2005, like nonstop, called like Are You Thinking What I'm Thinking by The Like.
I've never heard of them. What kind of music is that?
So I only know about them because Ryan Ross used to date the lead singer Zeeberg. But it's like it's kind of like, well, I don't know. You can just listen to it. They have this really good song.
What a Googleable name.
The Like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought 3 was bad.
So that's like what are bands I suggest. Well, I'm just gonna tell you the bands that I think inspired me the most.
Yeah.
And there's like my top 5 bands are like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, Remo Drive, Mitski, and Placebo. And then
yeah, Placebo.
And then there's also like, Bikini Kill, Pink Shift.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Pink Shift because I went to that show. You were in the front row, so I didn't see you, but I was there at Bowery Ballroom.
Yeah,
awesome.
Bowery Ballroom was the first place I saw Pink Shift in like 2021.
I never saw them before.
Yeah, I've seen them. I see them like every time they're in New York and every time they're near me. I've even seen them in New Jersey.
Nice. Where'd they play in New Jersey?
They were playing in Atlantic City for Adjacent Fest.
Cool. Yeah, they were awesome, and they played a Flyleaf cover at the end. That was really cool too.
Yes. Yeah, they're one of my favorite bands. And also I'm friends with them. I talk to them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're like in Europe right now, just like
Yes.
blowing up, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for them. And that was a
Yeah.
great show too. All the bands were there were great. What was it called? Family Dinner, right? They were awesome.
Yeah. And then like I mean those bands I mentioned are like my top inspirations with like
What about yeah, go
MCR,
ahead.
Fall Out Boy, Remo Drive, Mitski, and Placebo. Those are like my top.
Have you seen Placebo before?
I have. When they were here in like 2022, they did 2 shows at Brooklyn Steel. I was there at both.
Nice. I think I saw them in like 2002. Oh my god. Yeah, Nancy Boy, that's one of the best songs ever.
Yeah, actually, one of
We
my
should
favorite
cover that.
songs of all time is the song Stunt Girl by AC Acoustics.
I don't know them.
So you know how like Brian Molko wears a shirt that says Stunt Girl?
That's a band?
That's the song by that band.
Okay. Got you. Did the shirt inspire the song, or did the song inspire the shirt?
The shirt is merch of that band.
Okay, got you.
The band doesn't exist anymore, and they
Right.
don't. Yeah, but the band was like from the time that Placebo like was starting, and also Brian Molko features on some of AC Acoustics songs, like the song "Crush" by AC Acoustics. Brian Molko, his vocals are on that.
Nice.
But Startin' Girl is a very good song. I recommend that one.
I will listen to that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the first couple of Placebo records.
Yeah.
What about like new local bands? What do you recommend?
Showgirl. Showgirl's about to release their new album. And then Don't Go Outside. They're also playing the our release show, the Showgirl release show March 7th. So you should go see them there as well. And then also we have our friends Overloaded. That's OVERL, and then the O with like 2 dots over it, and then like D. Oh yeah, Overloaded. And then bands that's the Connecticut scene, and then bands from the New York City scene that I really like are like Lady Lychee, Bad Static, Tab Girl.
Yeah, they played Frankie
Avatar
Chess.
Eden, Iridescent Pools.
Yeah.
Let me think. Jack Flowers and the Pedal Tones. They're from New Jersey, but they also play in New York a lot. And then those are like our friends.
Nice. Yeah, the scene seems like it's flourishing. There's like new bands all the time, and I'm here for it. I can't keep up with all of them. I wish I could. I try to see as many of them as possible, but just like their pages and follow all the content. There's always, I don't know. Do you think, how should we end this? Let me think of a really good last question. Like, how do you feel the scene is now? I don't know. How would you describe what's happening in music now, like in the underground scene? And do you think it's like a resurgence of like all these things you're talking about, Riot Girl and DIY?
I mean,
or is it just you think it's always kind of been that way?
I don't know. Like, I feel like the scene right now can be very unwelcoming in some aspects.
Okay.
Where I feel like as a person of color and as a transgender person and as a femme person, there's been lots of instances where we've been shut out of stuff. But I think with the kind of path that I've been trying to follow, it's like trying to uplift and support bands that are specifically like people of color, transgender people, and feminine and queer people and feminine people. I think I literally try to book them specifically. I think as a pushback against, like, I feel like we lose opportunities to basically like white cis heterosexual people like all the time. So I think trying to create your own opportunities is the big thing right now in DIY.
I love that. And I always say, like, you gotta just create your own reality, you know, like just do what you love, and just if you want to do it, just make it. If you want to have a show on Friday, February 27th, go make it happen, you know? And
No,
you did,
literally,
and you're like kind of living
yeah.
proof of like making shit happen.
Yeah, I had to email like so many venues. I actually reached out to like everybody I knew to be like, we need a show this day. It is exactly 1 week from now. And like the fact that I pulled it together in like 2 hours was insane to me, and also a testament of like how far I've come, because like 2 years ago we had this show where we were only going to get paid if we brought 20 people to the show, and then we
I
didn't
hate
reach 20
those.
people. We didn't reach 20 people, we didn't get paid, and it was actually like kind of a disaster. But like 2 years later, we're locked in, you know.
That's awesome. Yes, and I like that. That's the energy that I'm looking for. So it's go see Cat Crash tomorrow. Go RSVP and get all the secret details. And I think that's so cool. Like, it's the spirit of punk rock, and you know, that's kind of how it started, you know, a bunch of marginalized people and queer people. That's like the beginning of punk rock. And anyone who doesn't think so, like, I don't know what they're talking about. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta solidify my plans, but that's definitely something that's on my mind. I want to try to make it if I can. And yeah, thanks so much for doing this. And I can't wait for new Cat Crash.
I can't wait either. You know,
Yes.
Nobody wants more new Cat Crash music more than I do.
As an artist, I understand that very, very deeply. Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for showing up and chatting. And if you're watching this later, like and share and subscribe and send it to a friend, and go listen to some Cat Crash and Riot Girl. And yeah, I will see you next time with Emily Autumn. It's going to be so cool. Like, share, subscribe, comment below.
Like, share, subscribe.